Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw What If. Welcome back to another What If story. Now this is What If Deku had an ice quirk called Jack Frost, Part 10. Now before we begin our What If, I need to discuss a little bit with the ship. Now there's gonna be two ships. Now my justification for adding Momo to the ship. I know a lot of you don't want Momo, but how I set up the story, like I said in the previous part, the last part, I set up the story. It would be a waste to not utilize another ship. How I set everything perfectly. So I'll be adding Momo to the ship. So easy go. Oh, sorry. Midoriya is going to have two girls. It's not going to be like a. It's not going to be like a. They decide fast that they're going to date Midoriya at the same time. It's going to be slowly build. There's going to be a lot of tension between Momo and Shota Todoroki. They've been friends for a while, and it's going to put a strain on their friendship. And eventually, they'll come up with an idea and stuff like that. So there's going to be two ships in this, and I didn't add Momo does for the fact that she's Momo. That's because she's a fan favorite. I do it based off the story, how I set the story, so it made sense in the story how I set everything up in the what if. Personally, I'm a Toga fan, so I'm Team Toga all the way. So that's my main character, female character, I like doing a lot because Toga, awesome. She's crazy, psychotic. So that just proves how messed up I am in the head. But enough about that. Okay, now let's get on to our what if. As we we continue where we left off, as Shota is feeding Izuku. As I said in other parts, Izuku was pulled off of Momo's protection. Someone else took over. So he's no longer, he's no longer required to continue that mission. As Shota's, when are you coming back to school? As Izuku looks at her, are you sure that's wise, Shota? Me going back to that school. There might be other cells out there for payback for what I did to their people. Ah, stupid thing. Sorry about that, guys. My recording got cut off, so let's continue. As Shota's like, don't use that as excuse just to disappear again. I'm not going to have you disappear on me again. Do I make myself clear, Midoriya? As Shota looks at him seriously, as he's like, fine, Shota, very well, you win. As there's a knock on the hospital door. How are you feeling, nephew? Fine, aunt. What's going on? Nothing. I'll just inform you that, like we discussed a little while ago, that you were taken off the mission. Yeah, I know. And you will be attending the school still. You do need an education, and your mom is breathing down my neck. I really don't want to deal with that. So, and I'm afraid you're going to have to move back in with your mom. As Ezekiel's like, what? I don't want nothing to do with that woman. Dear boy, you really need to give your mom a chance. She messed up. Yeah, she messed up big time. I'm not denying that, but she's still your mother. And legally, she's still your guardian. So you are kind of have to force to go back. It's just like, fine. It's not like I'll go back, but I will not like it. I suppose you won't, nephew. As should I leave? No, no, no. You stay. You know of the situation, so it doesn't matter. And for the fact, and you still will be attending UA. As Izuku, what? The mission's over. I don't need to attend UA. That's where you're wrong. Things are moving forward a little fast on my end. So you're going to be attending UA as a representative of the Hero Suppressed Task Force, as a student to show the Hero Association and the general public that we have good ties with the organization. Unfortunately, that's non negotiable. Nezu is firm on having you attend his school. So it's kind of out of my hands. After all, he's my boss. As Shota, what you mean? Oh, yeah, you really don't know, do you? The Hero Suppressed Task Force was created by Nezu, Principal Nezu. I have almost all control over the organization, the task force, but Nezu has the final say over the more important issues. And you're being discharged sometime today. Not sure when. The doctor said he will be informing you when they will be releasing you. As on cue, there's a knock on the door as it's a doctor. As Shota sees Izuku's sister standing behind the doctor. Mr. Midoriya, I have your chart here. You're everything. You're in the clear. You just need to take it. You just need to take it easy for next few months. No training and reform and refrain from using your quirk. No extreme exercises. You're basically on bed rest for a few months. Now here's some medication for the pain. Please don't overdo it because these are quite addictive. As Kennedy thanks, doctor. Thank you, doctor. I'll take care of my brother from here. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Miss Midoriya. As the doctor leaves the room, as Kennedy looks at her aunt, and she's like, so you're the mysterious aunt I keep hearing about." And she's like, "It's a pleasure, dear. It is. That it is. Thank you for taking care of my little brother. But I think he won't be doing anything dangerous for a while." Yes, I agree, niece. It's a pleasure to meet you. Don't be a stranger. And nephew, if you need anything, you have my number. Don't be afraid to call. Yes, aunt. All right, take it easy, you two. Shota, as she leaves outside the door, heading back to work. As she looks over to where Shota is, so you're the infamous Todoroki girl I keep hearing about. As she smiles, huh, I didn't expect much from a Todoroki, but I've heard some good things. You have a powerful quirk. You're nothing like your family, what I've heard. Not too sure I like the fact that you're so close to my brother, but we'll see. I'll hold my judgment until I see what type of person you are. She gets closer to Shota as she whispers this in her ear. I know my mother's told me that you have a thing for my brother. If you hurt him, I'll kill you. Beyond that, you'll be fine. Nema Shota, Todoroki, I'll be keeping my eye on you. As a nurse comes in with a wheelchair, Shota, will you be a dear and help me get my sweet little brother onto this wheelchair? As she does. She doesn't like how she talked to her at all, but she can't do much about it. As they put Izuku in a wheelchair, as Izuku's like, "What were you two talking about?" "Nothing, brother. Isn't that right, Shota?" And Shota's like, "Yeah, your sister's right. It was nothing." As Izuku, whatever. So, have to go back to that crap. I'm gonna have to go back to that house and with that woman. Oh, this is gonna be a blast. I know you have issues with mother right now, but please be civil, brother. After all, she is your mother. She's our mother. She does love you, even though she has an odd way of showing it. And I know she hurt you, but I understand that you're not going to forgive her straight up the bat. It's going to take some time. But please, she still cares for you, little brother. And she's like, whatever. As she sighs, as she's like, they go outside the hospital as they get in the car as Shoto gets in, as they help him in. As we cut to the Midoriya residence, as Inko is moving back and forth the room. As I saw, she's like, "Dear, can you stop doing that? It's annoying." And she's like, "What happens if he decides to leave again?" "Don't worry, dear. The boy might have issues with you, but he'll come back. I don't think he would just up and leave again. After all, you're his mother. Don't worry, dear. Deep down, your son still loves you. He's just quite angry. I don't blame him personally, dear. What you did was kind of messed up." "I know, Sashi. I know I messed up big time. I know he probably won't ever forgive me. I just want my little baby boy back. My darling little angel." And she's like, "I just want my little bunny back." As she gets a knock on the door, as it's her children, Shota and Izuku in a wheelchair. Well, Izuku and Kennedy, and Shota making sure Izuku's fine. Inka sees Izuku as she's about to go on her hug as Izuku stops her. "I don't think so, Inko." As she's shocked by this, as Izuku continues, "I might have to come back here and live with you, but that doesn't mean I forgive you. I might never forgive you, but I'll try to be civil. Unlike you, you broke my trust. I don't know if I could trust you ever again. I'm tired of this." As as they roll him in into the house, as dinner was made, as they sit Izuku on the table with everyone. Shota's staying for a little bit as Inko invited her for dinner, as Shota wants to be next to Izuku as much as she can. As everyone's sitting on the dinner table, as it's an awkward silence between all the Midoriyas, as her sister speaks up. "So, Izuku, how you're feeling?" "I'm fine, sis. This felt like I ran into a firing range. That's all." As he needs some butter. He saw some butter. It's near Inko, but he's like, "Father, can you hand me the butter?" And she's like, "Your mother's next to it. I wasn't asking her. I asked you, Father." And he's like, "Very well, son. Here you go." As Shota gets a phone call from her dad, and she has to head back home. "Sorry, Izuku, but I have to go back home. Will you be in school tomorrow?" Probably not tomorrow. Give me a week or so. I should be well enough to move around at least." "All right, I'll see you in a week. I'll call you tomorrow after school, Izuku." "Yeah, fine, Shota. I'll talk to you later." as Shota leaves. Izuku gets up from the wheelchair as his sister tries to stop him. As he goes, "You shouldn't stress yourself. Now you care? I'm not weak, Inko. I can take care of myself." As he finally gets over upstairs as he goes to his room and he slams the door shut. As Kennedy sighs, "Sorry about that, Mother. He's still mad. I'll talk to him later." As Inko's like, "No, dear, it's quite alright. I deserve it. After what I did. I haven't really been a good mother to him recently." That's as she's about to say, as Inko's like, "No, I know you mean well, dear, but I messed up, and I'm going to have to earn his trust back." As a few days has passed, as the Midoriya residence gets a knock on the door, Izuku's up in his room. Here's knocking. "All right, I hear you, man. Calm the hell down. I'll get there as soon as I can." As he opens the door, as he's Torshinori. "All Might, it's been a while. What do I owe the pleasure this time? May I come in?" "Yes, of course. And of course, All Might. You're always welcome at my house. My wife, she's in the kitchen. Shall I grab her?" "Yes. I'd like to discuss something with you two." "Of course. All Might, come in. Make yourself at home. Sit on the couch and... Oh, you want scotch?" She's like, No, Asashi. I don't drink. On the job. I have to do patrol later on. I have to be in the right mind." "Oh, of course, All Might." "Dear, we have a visitor. All Might himself has come to grace us with his presence." "No disrespect, All Might, of course." She's like, "That's fine, Asashi. We've known each other for a little bit. I know your type of sense of humor." "Yeah, sometimes people take me the wrong way." "Well, at least you're not a Todoroki, so that's always a plus, All Might." Inko walks in. "Oh, All Might, how can we help you?" "Yes, Miss Midoriya. I've come for a visit today I have something to discuss with your son." And she's like, "Did my son do anything?" "Oh, no, 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 no. Nothing like, I'm not on official business. I just want to get the grasp of the young man. After what happened," and she's like, you heard, have you?" "Yes, I heard. I've been well informed by Nezu of the incident that happened a few days ago. Don't worry, he's not in trouble whatsoever. I understand the situation, and he had to do what he had to do to protect someone. That's understandable. I simply just want to grasp the boy's personality. Nezu's been ranting about your son attending UA. Yes, my sister-in-law informed me he'll be attending UA. Good. I just want to get a grasp of what type of hero he wants to be. I'm just curious. I know the young man, he was a little bit rebellious, a little prankster when he was younger, but I just want to get a grasp of what type of kid he is." "Yes, of course, All Might. I'll Sashi, will you get our son down here?" "Yes, of course." As Asashi knocks on Izuku's door, he doesn't say anything. As he opens it, as he sees Izuku just rocking out on some music on his iPad or whatever device he has, listening to music, as Asashi taps his shoulder, as he's like, "What's up, Dad?" "You have a visitor. Who?" "All Might. What does the number one hero want to do with me? I don't know. You said talk to him." "Of course, Dad. Let's see what the roided up number one hero of peace has to say." As he cracks a smile, Son, I miss having you around." "Me too, Dad. Let's go." As they go down the stairs, as All Might And he's like, my boy, it's been a while. Yes, it has, All Might. What do you need? Can we? Let's take a walk. As before you say anything, Miss Midoriya, don't worry. He'll be fine. He'll be home shortly. I just need to have a little bit of this discussion with the young man. Yes, All Might, of course. Call me if you need anything, Izuku. Yes, Inko. As All Might and Izuku walks out, as All Might took notice that he didn't call his mother by his mother. He called her by her first name. Now, the Midoriyas plus Izuku knows about All Might's energy, his injure, his time frame of being a hero, but they don't know nothing about the quirk itself is able to be passed down. They just know he was injured and he can't do as much as he used to. As Izuku is walking with Toshinori, as he's in his buff down form, that would cause too much of a war if he's walking around in his buff form. So, as he's walking with Izuku, where are we going? We're just going to go have a have a play. I have a place we should. I want to take you for for no one to hear our conversation. As he's like, very well, Toshinori. As they get to Deku Beach, is everything all right, young Midoriya? I've noticed there's some tension in your house, with especially towards your mother. Everything's fine, All Might. I don't think so, young man. I don't think so, lad. I'm only. I don't know much about your situation. I know what happened with the whole corruption in the police department, the whole framing. But I've lived a long life, Izuku. Your mother's not always going to be around, and you're going to regret not forgiving her. One day she'll be gone, and you will always wonder what could have been. And she's like, I know, All Might. Curiosity, do you hate your mother after what she did? Of course not, All Might. I just not ready to forgive her just yet. Don't know if I can. Don't get me wrong, All Might. I respect my mom. I respect her a whole lot, especially in her hero work. The feats she's done is remarkable, and I will always look up to her in that aspect. But in the personal level, where she has a lot of making up to do. That's understandable, Midoriya. And speaking of hero work, as Izuku looks complex, as he raises his eyebrow, what about hero work? I heard from Nezu you'll be attending UA. As he's like, yeah, I don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm going to have to go to show the relationship with the Hero Suppressed Task Force and the Hero Organization. Make sure we're on good terms to show the public that we are working together. Because I guess the public won't be too fond of some shadow organization taking down heroes. That's all my love. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't. Out of curiosity, what type of hero do you want to be? As if when I was younger, if you asked that, I would have said to be exactly like my mom. But I've I've evolved from since then. The type of hero I want to be is I want to generally help people, generally, but people first before fame and fortune over all that bullshit that majority heroes have. Most heroes just want to have their name out, be famous, and get money. I could care less. People like that shouldn't be heroes in the first place. I want to save someone that won't feel threatened or suspicious what my ulterior motives would be. I generally just want to be your typical hero that saves people. That's all. And she's like, that's a very honorable path. What I'm about to tell you, can you keep a secret, Midoriya? Yes, Toshinori. Good. Now, in the past, we've had some encounters. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, All Might. I was a little bit immature. I know that our encounters when I was younger wasn't too well, not too good. It's like, yeah, you're a bit of a prankster. But but I've always admired how good you have control of your quirk. Speaking of that, how is your control? My control is very good, All Might, despite the collar. Yes, speaking of the collar, what exactly is that? It's and All Might, it's not a quirk suppressor collar. It regulates the temperature of my quirk. It's mostly used for regulating my temperature and training my quirk at the same time. My aunt got it for me, and I've been using it. Very been using it for years. I got a good grasp of my power. I can't do without the collar. I'm able to do a lot more with my quirk, but it's still too dangerous. I'm very cautious about my quirk. It's a very dangerous quirk. Understandable, young Midori. You have a good head on your shoulders. So what I'm about to tell you, please keep it between us. Yes, of course, All Might. Not even your parents know this. As he's like, what do you mean? You know, you know of my injury. So does your parents. Yes, I'm well aware your hero work has been cut down quite a bit. I saw a lot of reports on it at the base. I was like, yeah, I tend to forget you do. You are a member of the Hero Suppressed Task Force. Yes, I'm just on leave for right now. But I'm going back to. Apparently, I'm going to be a representative when I go to UA, so that's the thing now. Back on topic, Midoriya. Do you know what my quirk is? As he's like, no, I saw it was some sort of super strength, maybe wind manipulation. I'm not totally sure on it. And it has some sort of, and you're able to, maybe it's a transformation. I'm not totally sure on that. You're close, but not. You're close, but a little off. My quirk is one for all. It's a enhancement type quirk. As Izuku continue. And my quirk has the ability to be passed on to user each time it's passed on to the new user. It increases in power. As he's like, interesting. Please continue, All Might. And I'm not dumb enough to know that my time as a hero it's coming to an end, and I've been looking for successors. I have a couple people in mind, and you are a very decent candidate after talking with you. As as Izuku, I know what you're about to say, and I really don't need it. I understand that, Midoriya, but you would be an excellent successor. With your power, my quirk, it would be very effective and increase the magnitude of the power if you choose to take it and you pass it on to your successor in the future. Just please think it over. I haven't made a decision yet. I still have to. I have several other candidates I have in mind, but don't deny it just yet. Wait until I will ask you. I will ask you and several others when the sports festival happens again, when you attend UA. Until then, just keep an open mind. Very well. Oh my, I will keep in mind. I really don't see the point. I'm powerful enough as it is. I know, Izuku, but with your mindset, you would be a very good candidate. But what about, are you sure that's wise? Because I'm a killer, right? You know that, right? Yes, I'm very well of the incident happened a few days ago. Nezu filled me in. And your situation you're in, you had no choice in the matter. If you didn't, you could have died, and that young lady would have died as well. Not all villains can be redeemed. As Izuku's shocked by that coming from the number one hero, I've never expect to hear that from you, of all people, All Might. Yes, my adversary is quite powerful. What do you mean? And the main reason I want to pass on my quirk to the next generation is because I have a theory. You know, if you are, I figured you would know of my adversary more than most people, considering your connections. You can't be talking about All for One, are you? He hasn't he hasn't resurfaced. I thought you killed him. I thought so too, but the villains there's been weird activity and the villains have been more aggressive recently. I know that man's still alive. I feel it in my gut. As he's like, that's a problem, All Might. If he's still alive and if he's still alive and if he's going around collecting quirks, he's dangerous. He's even more dangerous now than when you fought him the last time. I completely agree, Midoriya. That's why I want you to stay open. The fact that I want you to keep in mind when you decide if you want my quirk or not. Farewell, All Might. I will think about it. That's very good, Midoriya. We should probably get you home. Your mother's probably worried sick about you. As we time skip his first day back of school, as Izuku walks in the door as the teacher greets him, and she's like, "Are you right, young Jack?" "Yeah, I'm fine. And please, just call me, as he's like sighs, just call me Izuku Midoriya. That's actually my real name. My Jack Frost persona is the name I use when I'm on the field." As he shuts up after that. Too much information. Shit, I shouldn't have said that. As, very well, young Midoriya. Please go to your seat. Yes, yes, Sensei. And are you alright, Sensei? You were hit pretty hard. I'm fine, dear. Thank you for worrying. No problem. Izuku sits down as both of them greet him. Are you right, Midoriya? We were worried. I'm fine, Shota and Momo. As he knows the moment they look at each other, they looked away, pouting. As he's like, what the hell is wrong with those two? As he doesn't understand why they. As the day progresses, they've been ignoring each other. As Izuku's out against the tree outside eating lunch. As Shota and Momo are talking to him, but they're not talking to each other. Not talking to each other. As Izuku's had enough. Okay, what's the deal, you two? As he's like, what do you mean? You don't think I haven't noticed? There's something going on between you two. I don't know what it is, but clearly you're having some sort of argument that I'm unaware of. If you're not going to say it, Shota, I will. As Izuku's confused, as she's like, yes, we're having a little issue. And Izuku's like, and what is it? You shouldn't be whatever you two got going on. You shouldn't let that interfere with your relationship, with your friendship. As she sighs, and she's like, it's because we like you. As Izuku drops his fork, as he's like, what? As what Momo said, it's true. We like you. Well, I like you, and apparently she does. So we're having a little bit of disagreement on things. Izuku sighs as he puts his fork down. Crap. As Izuku looks at Shota, I'm not stupid, Shota. I know you like me, and the feeling's mutual. As he looks at Momo, but you, I had no idea when. I didn't know you had that sort of feelings for me. You were cordial towards me. You were friendly, but I, I've never got the hint that you wanted something more than this friendship. Yes, I am full aware of Shota's feelings for you, and I took it back and I backed off because she's my friend. But after what happened to you, Izuku, you almost died, and I am no longer going to be in the background. I do like you. I've liked you for a while now. So Izuku, who do you pick? Me or Momo? As he sighs again. Kind of putting me on the spot, ladies. I don't know how I got to this point. He's like, I can't choose. As they look at him, weird, confused. Not yet, at least. So how about this? How about how about us go on separate dates? I'll go on a date with you, Shoto, one day, and I'll go with on Momo. Get to know you both more better. Then, then when we go to UA, we continue through the years, the same thing. And I'll make up my mind after the sports festival. Is that acceptable towards you two girls? Regardless who I pick, one of you is going to get hurt, and I really don't really want to do that. But considering that I'm in this situation now, considering you two have both feelings for me, I need to make sure make sure we do this right. They like, fine, we agree. That's better. Now we just gotta figure out who goes on the first date. Don't worry, Izuku. I'll talk with Shota and we'll figure out who goes on the first date first. But my parents do want to meet you officially. Izuku's fine, Momo. Yeah, I'll win. I haven't. They haven't told me yet, but they kind of want you over for dinner. So does my mom and father, Endeavor. He seems to took a liking to you, Izuku, so I don't think it'll be as bad as I would if I brought a stranger home, some random dude. Fine. When we haven't decided yet, but I'll text you when we have the who's going to go first. As they both get up, as they both kiss Izuku on different side of their cheeks, on his cheek, Momo on the left, Shota on the right. As we have to get back to class, we'll talk to you later, Izuku. As they're with each other, as they're glaring at each other, as he's like, oh, "This is such a drag." Now we're gonna do a huge time skip because I've I have put this off long enough. So as we go to the end of high school, the last year, well, the last day of high school for his senior year. As over the years, Izuku met Momo's parents. I was going to implement this in this part, but it's like it would have been way longer than what it should be. So went he went to actually I think we should do a little flashback. Yeah, let's do a little flashback. As Izuku's sitting in his desk, as they're still having a competition who's going to take Midoriya. It's like, when did I this is such a pain in the ass. As he's this whole situation, he doesn't like being in this situation. As we cut to a flashback memory, as when Momo's parents invited Izuku to dinner. As Momo's in a car with Izuku, going down to her house for dinner. As Momo's like, "Are you right, Izuku?" "Yeah, I'm fine, Momo. Don't worry, my parents. Hopefully, my parents won't be a big. They won't cause a big fuss about this." "Are you sure? Your dad doesn't seem like the type to want, some guy around you. Don't worry, we've had some issues, but he knows who I like, and I'm not going to allow him to tell me who and who I'm going to date." As they get into the gate, as Momo mother's waiting out there, so his father. As Momo's father, "So you must be Izuku Midoriya. It's a pleasure to meet you, young man." As he shakes his hand. "Yes, Mr. Not Mr. Midoriya. Mr. Yaoyorozu, it's a pleasure to meet you. Officially." "Yes, we've talked over the phone once or twice. Please, come in." As Momo's mother pokes on Momo, as he's kind of cute. As Momo's like, "Mom, he's way younger than you, and you're married." "I might be married, dear, but doesn't mean I can't comment on good-looking guys. He's very good-looking. I see why you wanted to. I see why you're attracted to him. He seems like a very nice young man." "So, young Midoriya, as they are eating dinner, what do you have plans for the future?" As Momo, "Father, I told you. Enough." As, "Don't worry, dear. Don't worry, daughter. I just want to see what he has plans. I'm not trying to grill him or anything." As Momo's mother sighs. "Sir, not sure you're aware, but I am attending UA when high school ends. And as well, my affiliation with the Hero Suppress Task Force. I'll be kind of doing both. And for the future, not hero, I'll be doing hero work and Hero Suppress Task Force. That will never change. I have a responsibility coming from a hero family to continue the tradition of my family being heroes. It's a long line." As they finish dinner and they talk a little bit, as Mr. Yaoyorozu, "Can I talk to you in my study, for a minute, young man?" "Yes, of course, Mr. Yaoyorozu." As Izuku tells Momo he'll be back, he need to talk to his father for a little bit. And she's like, "Fine. Father, you better behave yourself." "Yes, daughter, of course." So you guys usually told him to shut the door on his way in. "Yes, what do you want to discuss, sir?" As he goes over, a glass as he drinks. Now, please sit down, Midoriya, young Midoriya. As a father, I kind of have to say this, but if you hurt my daughter, I'll make you pay. As understand, sir. That said, thank you for protecting my daughter until then. Until protecting my daughter the way you have. I know of the medical records of your of the incident. You have proved to me. You have proved to me you will protect my daughter regardless. My daughter seems to like you quite a bit. Will you continue what you've been doing? Of course, sir. I take care of people that I'm close to. Very well, young man. That's really all I wanted to talk to you about. I'm sorry that I was informed that you were taken off the of the case of protecting my daughter officially. Yes, sir. But unofficially, sir, I will always protect your daughter, regardless. Anyone that dares to harm Momo will pay. Trust me on that, sir. As he sees determination in his eyes, I like the look in your eyes, young man. I think I think we'll get along. As Mr. Yaoyorozu drinks his coffee, as he's like, so, Midoriya, when are you gonna marry my daughter? As Izuku is drinking something, as he spits it out, what, sir? I did not. Did I stutter, young man? When are you gonna marry my daughter? As a father, I want to see my daughter happy, and with you, she's been very happy. I've noticed it. Despite her, she's become more assertive, not so closed off and nervous around other people. You've been a good influence towards her. We're taking it slow, sir. I don't want to rush into anything half-ass. Excuse my language, sir. I want to take it slow to make sure we do this right. Very well. But I won't wait forever, young man. My daughter's future is very important. Yes, sir, of course. As Miss Yaoyorozu, that's enough of interrogating the young man. Yes, dear. As Izuku hugs Momo goodbye, as he's like, I probably should head back. I'll text you when I get home. Yeah, of course, Izuku. Thank you for coming over. No problem. I'm sorry about my dad. Oh, don't worry. I actually like him. I have respect for the man. He takes care of his family. Wish my own mother took that approach. As she's like, are you still having issues with your mother? It's been it's been a long time. I know, Momo, but we're not there yet. Don't know if we'll ever get there, but we'll see what happens in the future. As Izuku kissed Momo on the cheek, I'll talk to you later. As Momo blushes a little bit as he goes off. As we cut out of the flashback, as Izuku stops looking at Momo, as he looks at Shota Todoroki, as we go into the inner counter where he had to eat over the Todoroki's residence. As we start off in a flashback at the Midoriya residence, as she's asking Izuku, are you ready for dinner? I'll be eating dinner over to Todoroki's tonight. I have to. Endeavor wants to meet me. She's like, I don't like that. Don't like you going over that man's house. But I know you have a thing with his daughter, so I won't stop you, and you probably would have gone anyways, even if I told you. She's been down. Izuku has been, kind of cold towards her. As Izuku sees that, he doesn't like making his mom feel bad, but he's still kind of angry with her. As he, as Inko was surprised when Izuku hugs her. As I know, Mom, we have a lot of things to work through. I still love you. You're still my mother. I just it it wounded me very deeply that what happened in our past. Just give me time, Mom. I'll we'll get back to where we were before the incident. As she smiles, as she starts crying, I'm sorry. As she's like, I'm so sorry. I should have believed you. I know I should have believed you, but I'm a terrible mother. As he goes, Mom, you're not a terrible mother. You let your ambition, but your strict code of conduct to overlook judgment. I am not. I'm not dumb enough to know. I'm not stupid enough to know that. I know how you are with law and regulation because of your military background and how you were raised. But don't worry, Mom. We'll get there eventually. You're just going to have to tough it out for now. I'll talk to you later. Shota's outside waiting for me. Don't worry, Mom. I'll call you if I get in trouble. Or if Endeavor tries to do something. All right, dear. Be safe. As the driver opens the door, as Izuku gets in the back seat with Shota, as she's like, thanks for coming for dinner. I know this is. Your family doesn't like my family, but my dad's been really firm on you coming over for dinner. And she's like, it's fine, Shota. I'm surprised that your father want anything to do with me after, the incidents I've been having. My father never believed that you did what you were framed. My father never believed you did those things that you were framed for. Apparently, my father was working with your father, so that was interesting. Hopefully, my father doesn't pull his normal thing. He could be intimidating sometimes. Don't worry, Shota. I'll be fine. How's your mother doing? Uh, she's doing fine. She's back from the hospital. As she looks down, as she's like, "What is it, Shota? You now? I'm small pause. Shota's scar was because of Ray's mental state, like in canon. I don't know if I said that in the futures part, in the past parts. I'm not totally sure. But same thing happened. She was put in a mental hospital. But after Shota continually to come over to the hospital, and Shota said she would never train with him again if he doesn't release his mother from the hospital. So after the incident with Midoriya, he kind of looked back to how he treated his daughter, and he started treating her nicely, not as brutal anymore. But he's still dick. That will never change. As Izuku gets to Todoroki residence, as you have, they sit down on the couch as Ray comes over. Izuku gets up as he's like, "Hello, Miss Todoroki. So you must be Izuku. You must be Inka's little boy. I'm very happy to see you, dear. My, you grown." As Izuku's like, "What? You know of me? Of course. I know me and your mother have a falling out, but my time away has. I understand why your mother feel the way she does. I understand that. We're slowly talking to each other. We'll get back to where we were used to. But come, dinner's ready. So what you been doing with yourself, Izuku?" "Nothing much, Miss Ray. I'm back at the house. How is your Your mother told me about the situation with you two. How are you two? We're fine, Miss Ray. Miss Todoroki. No, please, call me Ray, dear. Your family and my family are. We've been close. We just had a little falling out. We're fine. We're getting back where we used to. It's just hard for me to forgive her for what happened. Understand, I'm well aware of the situation. I was quite upset when I heard it, but I do understand why you're mad. But please, you probably heard this before, dear, but she's your mother. She loved you. I know, Miss Ray. As everyone's sitting with Shota introduced to all her brothers and sisters. Don't know if she had, yeah, brother and sister, so. Now, the relationship between Endeavor and his wife, Ray, it was still rocky, but Endeavor slowly is gaining his wife trust back again as he's acting a little more fatherly and being a lot more kind to his children. As all the younger kids immediately took a liking to Izuku, as Ray and Fuyumi took notice to this, so does Endeavor. Izuku is quite good with kids. Given, despite his personality, he is quite good with kids. As everyone's eating for dinner, as Endeavor questions Midoriya what he has planned for future and all that fathery stuff. So he's like, so, young Midoriya, are you attending UA? As he's like, yes, sir, yes, sir. He's you could drop the sir. As he's like, of course, Endeavor. Just call me NG. You can call me NG, young man. Yes, NG. That's better, young man. That's better, Izuku. He looks at her husband. Don't worry, dear. I won't be interrogating the young man. Don't need to. I know his character very well. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see your name cleared because clearly I don't trust the department personally. Those cops were shady from the start. I just had no evidence. But with your father's help and my resources and your affiliation with the Hero Suppressed Task Force, we cleaned that place up. We shouldn't have more issues with them anymore. I heard you had a big part in that, young man. Yes, sir. As they continue there, as Endeavor is like, walk with me, Midoriya. Yes, sir. As they're out, just walking in a manner as his Endeavor house, I haven't officially thanked you for what you did for my daughter. Thank you for protecting her. You have shown, you have shown me that you're no weakling. So, if you decide to marry my daughter, I approve. Actually, I encourage marriage between you two. Now, before you get suspicious, yes, I want you to marry my daughter to create, with my daughter's quirk and your quirk, it would make a powerful offspring for my family line. I'm not going to deny that. But my daughter seems to care about you, and I get the feeling you feel the same way. But to be honest, young man, to be honest, Izuku, it's not just because you're quirk. You have shown that you would protect my daughter regardless, and have you in a family, and to and to console between our two families would be good for us. After all, you are from a hero family, and I do have respect for your father, despite his irritating attitude sometimes. And I respect your mother. She's a strong woman. I've always respected Inko Midoriya. As they continue to fight, as Shota gets Izuku out of there, um, Father, I think that's enough. Very well. Very well, Shota. I'll be looking forward to your progress at UA. I'll take my leave now. As Endeavor goes off, Izuku, I'm sorry about my dad. He's always been like that. As Midoriya's, it's fine, Shota. He was very. That was a very interesting conversation. And she's like, "What do you mean?" Oh, he basically told me his intentions for us to get married. Apparently, and she just blushes. Well, I would not I would not hate the idea to marry you, Izuku. As Izuku smiles, me either, Shota, but I'm not quite ready for that right now. I know, Midoriya. I know me and Momo has put you in a difficult position, but you're going to have to pick one of us. I know, Shota. Just give me some time. Like I said, I'll decide after the sports festival. Okay, Midoriya. I'm willing to wait, but not too long. So how are you and Momo getting along? She's like, why did you bring her up? Because I'm concerned. Fine. We're fine. We're still arguing over a couple things. Shota, you shouldn't let anyone get between you two. She's like, what do you mean? You shouldn't allow any guy to get between your two friendship, regardless who it is. You shouldn't let anyone get between you. As Shota's, I know. I don't hate Momo. She's my best friend, after all. But I will not lose to her. I will win you over. As she kisses Midoriya. As they break up the kiss, as she. They're pretty close still. You're mine, Midoriya, and that will never change. As Izuku's like, huh, you're quite. You're quite aggressive today. I'm always aggressive, Izuku. As we end the flashback, as he's looking at Shota and Momo, as they're like, what, Izuku? Nothing. You two just look lovely today. That's all. As they're like, stop it, Midoriya. As they're blushing. As the rest of the kids heard that, as their relationship between the two is well known. So a lot of guys hate on Midoriya because, they think he's lucky, and the girls think Momo and Shota are tramps. So there's been a lot of issues, but they don't care. As the teacher comes in, as he's like, quiet down, class. As I have your forms for your careers after you graduate high school, and we have three applications to you. We have several applications to UA. Momo Yaoyorozu, you have excellent grades, like always. You have a very powerful and unique quirk. You have a very good chance. As he talks to, as he looks over to Shoto Todoroki, Shoto Todoroki, your family has been the hero line for a long time. You have a powerful quirk. You have good grades. You have a definitely, you definitely have a better shot than most. and Izuku Midoriya. Despite the incidents in your past, and personally, I believe what they did was messed up and wrong. And I'm glad those corrupt cops got what's coming to them. But you have a high grades. You're even, you have as good as grades as Momo Yaoyorozu over here. Your grades are top notch. You have top scores physical wise. You've demonstrate you've demonstrate quite to be a good person generally. As he looks at several of the bullies, looks over a couple of the quirkless kids. Yeah, there's quirkless kids here. There's a couple. He goes off to each paper, different kids. As he gets to one of the quirkless girls, as you're, are you sure you want to apply to UA, young lady? With not having a quirk, it would be very difficult. As he looks, oh, I see. So you're applying to general studies. Oh, that makes me feel better. I can't have. I'm afraid. I was afraid to have you try to get into the hero course and get yourself killed. That would sadden me greatly. You're a bright. You're a bright girl. I would hate to see your. I would hate to see your What's it called? Give me a second, guys. Your potential wasted on a unachievable goal. As some of the kids are laughing at the young lady, making fun of her. As Ezekiel, the rooms get cold as he gives the bullies a mean look, the evil look. Now, Midoriya, there's no quirk users in the class. My apologies, Sensei. But I won't sit back and let these losers mock someone just because someone doesn't have a quirk. She can't help, she wasn't born with it. I understand, Midoriya, but please, keep your quirk under wraps. Yes, Sensei, of course, sir. As the time goes by, as the teacher, leaves, as the couple bullies are trying to bully the girl, as Izuku grabs the dude by the back of the neck and throws him. As he grabs the dude by the throat, the other dude. Seriously? Again? With this bullshit? You are nothing but worms. Picking on someone just because they don't have a quirk. People like you make me sick. As he tosses them. As you want to go, Midoriya? Think you're tough because you're from a hero family? You're nothing but a murderer. As he gets in his face. As the room gets cold. If I were you, maggot, I would choose your next words very carefully. Unless you want to go in the hospital. Let's go, man. We don't have time for this loser. As they go off, as he helps. Shota and Momo's are there. They're watching this. As he helps her up. Are you right? Thank you, Midoriya. It's no problem. Don't listen to those losers. You've always been bright. I you have you have a you'll definitely get into general studies. And she's like, I know, I really want to invent stuff. She's quite the inventor. And she's like, does I understand. But think of it this way. Applying to general studies will get your foot in the door. And maybe you could maybe impress someone with your inventions. Thank you, Midoriya. No problem. Don't let people don't back down to people like that. That's because you're quirkless doesn't mean you can't do anything. Don't let those losers get you down. And she's like, thanks. You've always been nice towards all of the I've why are you so nice to me? As Shota and Momo get angry looks. It's because I have respect for people like you, for people that doesn't have abilities. Today's today's world overlooks the quirkless with people without quirks, but that doesn't make you any less human. You just wasn't fortunate enough, but you might not have a quirk, but you make it up. You make it up with smarts. You've always been kind to other people, even though people don't treat you too well. You have a good judge of character, and your inventions are quite interesting. How about this? If you're somehow get into one of the, I think it was I'll talk with my mother and see if I could get you into the hero support, the hero I forget what it's called. Give me a second, guys. I'll talk to my mother to see if I could get you transferred to the hero support course. And she's like, "You don't have to." No, it's quite all right. I actually, I actually want to make you a proposition. And she's like, "What?" I need a as I'll be attending UA, and I will pass. But I do need someone for hero gear and hero costume, and I want to have someone to do my hero support or my hero suit and my support items from someone I trust. So what do you say? Would you like to work on my costume and my support items? And she's like, yeah, definitely. Then we're all good here. Well, I need to leave before Momo and Shota wring my neck. They don't like when I talk to other girls too much. I'll catch you later. As Momo should look at him. What? It's not like I was flirting with the girl. I was just giving her encouraging words. Yeah, right, Midoriya. We know how many of the girls in the school like you. You're too nice to the girls. You know, Momo and Shota, I'm not planning to add another girl to this, whatever this is. I don't need, I don't need I don't need another person. I already have enough on my hands on you two trying to decide which you guys I pick. Very well, Midori, but we got our eyes on you. As they get quite jealous when Midoriya talks to other girls. As we're going to stop it there. Yeah, it's a good spot. It's an hour long, so it's a good stop area. Now, the next part we'll be doing the sludge villain and all that stuff, and yeah, we're getting into the canon stuff now. So I hope you guys have a good night and day. Judging by time zones. All right, catch you guys later. Bye.